What's up, everyone? Welcome to the May 26th edition of FanDuel Tournament Plays presented by PrizePicks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, use the code Awesemo when you sign up and make a deposit on PrizePicks. You'll receive one free month of Awesemo plus Platinum. You'll also receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $100 on your first deposit. We have a 9-game MLB slate tonight. As usual, we're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers using the top stacks and the top pitchers tool on the Awesemo.com website, starting with the top 3 tournament stacks. Number 3, the Atlanta Braves have a difficult matchup tonight against Aaron Nola. He's been good this year, which is not surprising. He's always good. 2.68 xFIP, 30.9% strikeout percentage. He has had some issues with home runs, however, allowing 1.55 home runs per 9 innings. And we know that the Braves are just a high upside offense. Their active roster has a 105 WRC+, a 176 ISO. There's also a lot of speed in that lineup. They're projected for 1% ownership with a 4% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 3% chance of being the top value stack. Low probability, but very, very high ceiling when they hit. Number 2, the Los Angeles Angels taking on Hyun-Jin Ryu. Ryu has struggled this year. Only a 14.5% strikeout percentage, 4.03 xFIP, 1.5 home runs per 9 innings allowed. He probably will get better as the sample size grows, but we are nearly a couple months into the season, and he has a 129 WRC+, a 183 ISO. The only thing working against the Angels here is that Ohtani is pitching tonight, so he's not available as a hitter. Not only does that remove your ability to roster one of the best hitters on the team, it also lowers the number of combinations that you can use to make Angel stacks. But still, a team that has a lot of power in a high upside spot tonight against Ryu, projected for 3% ownership with a 5% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 2% chance of being the top value stack. And number 1, the Colorado Rockies taking on the Washington Nationals tonight in D.C., going up against Patrick Corbin. They have a 4.4 implied run total. They're projected for about 5% ownership with a 6% chance of being the top scoring stack, a 5% chance of being the top value stack. Corbin has struck out 18.8% of hitters this year. He has a 4.45 xFIP. He's allowed 1.24 home runs per 9 innings. The Rockies' active roster has a 97 WRC+ and a 147 ISO. Now, looking at the top 3 tournament pitchers, number 3, Eric Lauer, is very expensive, and he's in a very difficult matchup against the St. Louis Cardinals. He's $10,600, projected for 1% ownership with a 1% chance of being the top value pitcher, but a 6% chance of being the top scoring pitcher. Lauer has been excellent this year. He has a 32.9% strikeout percentage, 2.65 xFIP, but the Cardinals have also been extremely good offensively. Their active roster has a 128 WRC+ and has only struck out 18.3% of the time. So this is a pretty low probability spot for Lauer, but he is someone that is getting virtually no ownership, and he has one of the highest strikeout percentages on the slate. Number 2, Tarik Skubal, $10,100 price tag, taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland's been surprisingly good offensively so far. Their active roster has a 108 WRC+. They've only struck out 19.3% of the time, but Skubal has a 28.4% strikeout percentage and a 2.61 xFIP so far this year. He has a 2% chance of being the top value pitcher, but he's only projected for about 2% ownership with a 7% chance of being the top scoring pitcher. And number 1, Kyle Wright, $9,500 price tag, taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies are another above average offense with a 107 WRC+ so far this year, but they also have an elevated 24.3% strikeout percentage. Wright has struck out 29.5% of hitters this year. He has a 2.96 xFIP. He's projected for about 4% ownership with a 4% chance of being the top value pitcher and a 9% chance of being the top scoring pitcher. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Atlanta Braves; number 2, the Los Angeles Angels; and number 1, the Colorado Rockies. And the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Eric Lauer; number 2, Tarik Skubal; and number 1, Kyle